Hello, everyone. This is Stacy. Welcome to the landing. Welcome back to the landing. Today I'm sharing a conversation with someone who has been a steady part of Harkers Island for nearly 40 years. If you've crossed the bridge, chances are you've been greeted by her at the station or sat down to a meal at Seaside restaurant. For me, it's even more personal. My very first job was there. Mila Guthrie isn't just a business owner. She's a fixture on the island with family roots that run deep down east. Generations have grown up knowing her kindness, her work ethic, and her welcoming spirit, and I'm honored to have her with us today. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the landing. We have a special lady with us again today, and I am so tickled. I have been after her to try to get her with us, and she's very busy, got a lot going on. And when you hear her voice, you'll know I'm telling the truth. So we're going to let her introduce herself. So tell us who you are, what's your name, who's your crowd, and where you're from.
I'm Mila Guthrie. I was born in Sea Level in 1960. Some of my grandparents were Earl Rose, the boat builder of Rose Brother Boat Works. On my other side of the family was Carl Willis on my dad's side. And that's who I come from. I grew up right here my whole life.
Yep, and what a good thing to be able to say, right? Because
Yep.
I did too. Well, Mila, thank you so much for joining us. I've aggravated you to death. I said I knew if I kept on, I'd wear you down. And so you said, I'm going to do it, so Stacy will hate. But thank you for joining us. And you've been part of my whole life. And I want us to talk a little bit about what the island was like when you grew up here. And then, of course, we'll go into some other things as we move on. But tell us a little bit about the Harkers Island that you knew, because it's very different now.
Well, the Harkers Island I knew, we had, of course, the old bridge, which, like I said, I was born in the 60s, so we had the wood bridge.
The wood bridge, yeah.
And it was clankety-clankety, and I do remember that part. I grew up most of my childhood at the east end of the island beside Rose Brother Boat Works, because that's where my grandparents lived. And my cousin Regina, she lived right behind that, and we were both only children, so we just hung out together. Every day we were to the shore, just swimming all day long, picking up clams, just enjoying life. Jumping off of the Eloise that my grandfather built. And directly Grandma would come down there and say, "Come on in." If we'd been there too long, she would come get us and call us to come in. And then Regina's father, Roger, he would build boats too, and he built the green grass. And I remember under the huge oak trees in the backyard that boat was there, and we would play Barbie dolls in the front of the boat, in the bow of the boat. And all of our babies would be out there, and we'd make mud pies out of the little berries out of the trees, and it was just it was the best time to grow up.
It was
the best place to grow up.
It was the best, everything. You're talking about mud pies. I remember that, and you talk the oak trees. Like I can, as you're describing things, I can see it and I can smell it and feel it. It's so vivid to me. When you would jump off the boat, how far out was the boat? How deep was it? Because now, the shoreline and stuff has changed so drastically now.
Yes, she was anchored probably in the channel. To the channel. Of course, low tide was good, but Regina was so much taller than me that we would have to come in a little bit earlier. I'd have to hang on her back trying to get in because it would be over my head, and I weren't such a great swimmer. So it was almost to the channel. They had to anchor way off. Way off in the channel.
And low tide, you could walk a long way and walk
the whole way.
Yeah, so fun. There is very little
That is as much fun as jumping off a boat.
Yep. And the barnacles would tear our legs off.
Yep.
And the blood would be running down our legs. And but we would get on, jump off, pretty much all day. And then we would come on in. But that was a big part of my childhood.
I love that. And then you mentioned, of course, being at the shore a lot. Even when you were a teenager, I know we did. Did you hang out at the shore, lay out, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we would go stay to the Coca-Cola house over to Cape Lookout for 2 weeks of every year. And we would go, and it wasn't like it is now where you can take the skimmer and go over and scoot and come back. We would take everything we needed. One trip, because it took us all day to get there.
Yep.
Just moving along slowly. And me and Regina, we would hold on the back of the boat and kick our feet all the way to Cape. Now, my mom wouldn't let me do that now, or my kids do that now. But we would literally hold on the stern of the boat and kick all the way to Cape Lookout.
Wow.
Not thinking about sharks out there.
Yeah, nothing like that.
We would go right on the whole way.
Oh, my goodness.
But we had such a great time, which my dad was in the Coast Guard at the time at Cape Lookout. And it was such good memories.
Now, when you would go stay for 2 weeks at a time, I mean, like literally, you would take your bedding, you would take your groceries, you would take your clothes, you would take
pots and pans.
Yeah, all the things. Soap. What did you do, though? What do you remember doing over there to occupy your time? What would you play or do?
Well, besides walking to the ocean back and forth, we went, a friend of ours from Durham was a shell collector, and me and Regina got into that a lot, and we would walk all the way to the lighthouse from the Coca-Cola house on the edge, low tide on the edge of the shore, and pick up these shells. And then we learned how to, it sounds bad, I guess you would boil them out.
Yeah, well, to clean them, yeah.
Yeah. And then you baby oil them, and then we made these huge shell boards. So we did that a lot, and of course, we always went mulleting. Always set a net. You had to set a net and hold the cork line up and the lead line down. So we would do that, and then we'd clam, oyster, run sand fillers all day long. And that's what we did and swim. I mean, it was just the best.
And the mullets that you would catch and the clams that you catch, you would eat.
Yes.
Like it would be a fresh meal that,
Yes.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Sand fiddlers used to amaze me.
I know, and there's not that many now.
I've noticed that the last time I went over.
I said, where did they go?
Yeah, I don't know. But
They've disappeared.
They're not like they, because used to they were everywhere.
It would be covered. But now they've gone.
They've moved somewhere because they're not like they used to be at all. I've noticed that too. Had to look into that. What's going on? So you would do that when you were about how old?
Till I was about 13.
Okay. Oh wow, what a fun way. Because we had a cabin over that way too, but I was very little.
Yes, I remember.
And so I've seen pictures and I've heard stories, but I truly don't remember it because I was a baby.
And we would we would go to the gun mounts a lot, which now the gun mounts are in the ocean.
Yes.
But they were way up in the hills when we were there.
Yeah.
Which would have been in the 60s. Now they're way out in the ocean.
Yep, folks. So if you're listening and you know where the gun mounts are now, imagine all that as beach because we could walk and climb on.
We went in them.
You went inside?
Yes, we would. You could run through them actually. And
Wow.
of course, my grandma, my parents, my mom and dad, they'd say, "Get out of that before it falls."
Yeah, and it's
but
still there.
you could go through them. There were tunnels.
Wow, that's amazing. So then, when you went to school in the new school, Harkers
I went
Island.
to school in Harkers Island School, the Islanders.
The one that's yep, the one that's there now, and then East Carteret.
Yep.
Yep, just like me. And now you've lived here all your life. Have you ever lived anywhere else?
Well, with Daddy being in the Coast Guard, we lived in Wilmington, Wrightsville Beach for a while, but then he was stationed in Miami. So we lived at Daytona with Grandma and Granddaddy, which was beside also my uncle, Henry.
Yeah, that's my grandma and granddaddy.
Mary Frances.
Yeah.
So they had a house right beside each other. So we lived there probably 2 years maybe. I think I was about 6.
I didn't realize you lived there.
And went to school there. And then Daddy got stationed, I think, to Fort Macon. So then we were able to come back home. But that's what I did. But I've never lived anywhere else.
So you lived beside Grandmama.
Yep.
And I love that little neighborhood.
It's still there.
Yeah.
We go, every time we go to Disney, we go by there.
Really?
And the neighbor still lives behind it.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that makes me so sad.
It does.
Oh, my goodness. I know. I wish, Chris, when everything happened, when Grandma passed, I was young. But I wish we'd have kept the house. It was awesome. So you have a fondness for Daytona Beach like I do.
I do.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned your daddy being in the Coast Guard, and your granddaddy, he was also, right?
Yes.
And he was a captain. Was he a captain of a boat, or is that?
Granddaddy was retired. Then he worked on a boat, the Atlas.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
That's
about.
what Uncle Henry, I think, was on.
Yes.
And then he got the job for Granddaddy. So then in the winter, Grandma and Granddaddy would go stay there.
Gotcha. That's what I'm thinking about. Yes. Yep. Because they worked so closely together. Yep. So then when you graduated, what did you do? What were your plans?
Not long after graduation, all I knew when I was a child was, and me and Regina, I call her name out a lot because we are close now. But since we were only children.
She was your sister?
She was 1 year older than me.
Oh, wow.
So we played grocery store. And we'd fix us up a little stand with cans from Billy's, because Billy's was the only store on the island.
Yeah.
And we'd have our little cans, and we made us a little money drawer, and we would exchange money and ring each other up. So all grown up, I said, when I get older, I want to ring up people.
Oh, that is so funny.
and so the way it had worked, of course, not long after we graduated from high school, we were married, me and my husband, Barry. And in 1985, maybe, we thought we could build a convenience store. And I guess we were so young.
Yeah.
We didn't know that we couldn't, so we did.
So you just said, let's do it.
He wanted to, because he said, when I retire from the government, he worked with the government, Corps of Engineers. He said, I want something to do after I retire. He said, so I want to build a convenience store. Well, then him and his family decided they would do it together. And, of course, now we have the restaurant and the gift shop and the gas station. But it all came, I guess, from me wanting to ring up people. I don't know.
I love that. And if you don't know, she's talking about Seaside.
Oh, yeah, Seaside, yeah.
Yeah. And so that opened in 86. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 86
yes,
is when
40 years next August.
Yeah. So you said, let's do it. And about a year later or so, it was there. I remember because we talked about this right before we got started here. I worked there. I was 14.
Yeah.
Begged Mama to please go and sign because I had to get a special worker's permit because I was only 14 to work. And she did and worked there for a long time through high school and college.
You worked in the store.
He did. I went over to the store side, And then when I moved after college, Mama stepped into my spot. So it's been a big part of us for a long time. Tell us a little bit about getting that off the ground, because like you said, you were a little bit naive about everything, had no clue what you were getting into.
Well, Barry and his brother Mike, they drew the plans.
Okay.
And that took some time. I mean, when we first, was getting the concept together, and they would sit to the table at night and they drew the plans. Well, they finally got them done, so we took it to the bank, of course. And Elizabeth Salter was the branch manager.
Here on the island.
Yes, here on the island. Everything we did on the island. And she said she had never seen of everything. It was itemized. Everything was itemized of what we would need.
Oh, wow.
She says she had never seen as one well prepared as that one. And she still talks about it when we visit her to the nursing home.
Wow. Yeah.
But anyway, we started from there. And like I said, we didn't know that we couldn't do it because we were so young. I was, 20... We opened it when I was 26. So I was like 24.
Wow.
So picture yourself being 24. And I did take a bookkeeping class to CCC.
Well, you got your money's worth for that class.
Got my money's worth for that class. And so we started laying this, like I say, the foundation and the steel building. And and we just did it. We got done. And Took us about, a year and a half to get it done. We opened in August of 86. And, of course, in the beginning, everybody was pitching in. And then about 2 weeks later, everybody went back to work besides me.
Yes.
So I was kind of left to Seaside and just had to learn it as we went. And it's been successful. And we're all about our community.
Mm-hmm.
Seaside.
Yes, you are.
We help the museum. We help Little League and the softball and fundraisers. We always give back to the community.
Yeah, you always have. And also hiring people in the community.
Yes,
I mean, my goodness, think of how many folks from down east have walked through your doors.
Every year we hire 30 to 40 people. So through the years, the ones, I wish I had made a list of every college kid or high school student that worked for us.
Yeah.
And I could probably still go back and do that because I have all the payroll books since then.
That does not surprise me.
My bookkeeper, my dear friend Yvette Baker, said, keep them. They're paper copies, but let's keep them.
Yeah.
Because it comes in handy now because I want to go back and, compile
that would be so neat.
Of everyone that worked. And a lot of them have passed on. But we hire a lot of people.
Yes. Well, I remember when I was there, some of the folks that were there with me, oh my goodness, we had such a good time too because, we knew each other and trusted each other. But I remember when y'all were building it, how excited the island was to be getting it. And so when you finally opened, how excited we were. And the community has really supported you, haven't they?
Oh, yes. I mean, we couldn't make it without the community. I mean, in the summer season, you get extra revenue, but you cannot make it without your community.
Right. Because if not, it would be seasonal for sure. You'd close.
Oh, yeah, you would have to close.
Yeah.
But, the Diney's people, Beaufort, Moorhead, I mean, everybody, a lot of our friends have stuck with us.
Yeah, for sure. Thinking of things that always been on your menu, your cheeseburgers. Oh my goodness.
Cheeseburger and fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Yes. Oh my goodness. And of course, when you opened, all right, correct me because I don't know. When you opened, did you just have the grill or did you start with pizzas and subs too? Did you have both in the beginning? Do you remember?
I think we did, but the restaurant opened about a month later because we were still trying to get equipment.
Yes.
I think we did, but it was really tight back there. So later on, we had to add on.
Yes, yeah. I think you did too. That's why wasn't sure if I was right or not. But I remember having
we did the burgers and stuff at first, and then we had to get somebody to help us with our dough, and we actually bought it from No Name in Beaufort.
Really? To start with?
Those guys in Beaufort were so good to us.
That's amazing.
Yes, he would make the dough balls for us, and Brenda would pick them up because Beaufort School was right there.
Yes, she was teaching there. Yeah.
Yep, and Chris, the guy at No Name, and to this day, when I went in there probably a month ago to pick up something I needed, I said, "Do you remember us?" He said, "Yes, I do."
That's awesome.
I remember making those dough balls for you all because we didn't have a dough machine.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
He made them for us.
I didn't even realize that. Wow.
But he remembered me, yes. That's what I'm saying. We help each other out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, me, I'm a kind of a social butterfly anyway, like Daddy and Granddaddy was. And Barry will say, "Have you got to talk to everybody?" And I'm like, I do.
Yeah,
And I have made so many friends, met so many different kinds of people coming in Seaside from everywhere.
Yeah. And I bet you have families that return every season.
Oh, yeah.
That you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I remember that even from waitressing.
Oh, yeah, they know. I mean, when the season comes back and they start coming for the summer, they're like, "You're still here?" I'm like, "Yeah."
still right here.
I'm still here.
But thinking back, though, through the years, Mr. Jackpool.
Oh, yeah.
I remember him coming in. And Matty Gray. And it's just so special to remember the times and when they were there with us. And, and it brought generations together because you had us who are really, really young there learning from them and laughing with them. But, oh, my gracious, the times that we had there.
Yeah, and of course, our longtime friend, Julie.
Julie. Oh, she was a staple.
Julie started out, of course, everybody that knew Julie Lawrence
Mm-hmm.
knew how quiet she was.
Yes.
So, believe it or not, she started out as a waitress.
No, I don't remember that.
She was a waitress, and she was so afraid because she was so quiet.
Yeah.
Well, then, which sometimes this happens a lot, they want to go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
So we said, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then she learned
the
grill.
Yes. Boy, did she.
And people knew if it was a Julie cheeseburger.
Yes. Yep. Matter of fact, I would have people ask me, who's cooking?
Oh, yeah.
And if it was Julie, then that meant that they would order something. If it was somebody else, they'd order something else. You know, like everybody had their little specialties. But Julie was awesome.
Julie also, the girls that are working there now, Katrina, Kelly, Jade, some of these, well, they're probably, are they in their 30s now?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably. Yeah.
She taught them.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
You know, they went back there with her, and she taught them. So
Mm-hmm.
Julie still lives on in our little restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, I love Julie Caroline.
Yep, she was the best.
Yeah, she really was. And yeah, I worked there many nights, and we'd laugh. That was so much fun.
It was.
Brought back a lot of memories right then.
So next year we're planning a big 40th.
Yes, which I can't believe that it's been 40 years, but it has to be for me to be my age. Do you know some things?
Yes.
Do you want to share a few things?
Yes, we are planning it'll be in August.
Okay. Oh, that's perfect. Okay.
And kind of before school starts.
Mm-hmm.
But we're planning a big pig picking.
Oh, fun.
Outside under the canopies.
Okay. Next door.
Yes.
Like in the lot next door. Uh-huh.
We have picnic tables out there, and we're planning a big celebration.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have the Pepsi can out there with drinks and, like I said, barbecue plates and all free, of course. And we're planning a big celebration.
That will be nice.
And we might do something with like how much gas was when 1986.
Yes.
And we might do like an hour of putting our gas down to that amount.
That would be fun.
So
that would be so fun.
So we've been planning it.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah. 1986 was when we would be riding around from the Eastern to the Western.
Yeah.
And if you needed some gas before you got back to the Western, we could scrounge in the seats and get enough money to buy a gallon.
Yeah, get a gallon. We're going to have to research and see how much gas was.
See how much that was. Oh, that'll be fun. Oh, wow. And even you've been good to us continually because my daughter Darcy.
Yes, Darcy.
Darcy. We didn't live here when she was old enough to work, when she was in high school. And she had always heard me talk about how much fun it was and how awesome it was. And so that summer, we stopped in.
Yes.
And I made that comment to you, and you said, well, send her here. She can work for me. And so for 2 summers, Darcy came and stayed the summer with Mom and Dad, and you employed her.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Darcy.
Yeah, she had the best time. Yeah. And I loved that, and I appreciate it. I've never, I don't think, formally thanked you for that, but it allowed her to meet folks that were part of my life and her family, and she wouldn't have known them otherwise.
Yeah, that's one thing I like with my kids and my grandson. I wish they could have known those things that we did growing up.
Yes.
And of course, we tell them about it, but it's not like experiencing it.
Yeah, there's no way
like
that
our
they
Cape
can.
time and our Banks time and our hauling fish on the shore time in front of the A-frame house, which is not there anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, we want our kids to experience that.
Yeah, I was so grateful to you for allowing her to do that.
And a lot of times we have families. Like now we have Lois and Mike and Deb.
Oh,
they're still there.
They're still there, yes.
They were right behind me.
They were there when I was there.
Yeah, so if I've got 40, they've got 38.
Yeah.
They're close.
I worked
and
with
them.
them.
And then we have Katrina, Kelly, and Kelly's daughter. And then we have Cindy, her granddaughter, and her daughter-in-law.
Okay, wow.
So we are families too.
Yeah, because I was there, Mama was there. And when Billy Lynn worked there too.
Yes.
Some. I remember, and Daddy would always come and help.
Oh, he would come and do the cleanup.
He has scrubbed a many a time. Yeah.
I can see him opening that front door.
Yeah. Yeah. Scrubbing and restocking. Oh,
Yeah.
me. What good times. Good times. But I don't know. When I think of growing up, Seaside is part of my life. And so in my memories, my core memories, and that's why I've begged you so long to come on. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you would like to share or say to everybody listening?
Well, I am the type, I've always been about family, and that's how Seaside feels to me. My workers, they're like family. And it's took a big part of my life, a lot of time, but I guess I wouldn't trade it. I mean, I grew up wanting to work on a cash register, and I certainly did that.
Be careful what you wish for.
But it's been good to us. It's been good to our family, and it's been good to the community. And some, like the kids now, don't know what it's like without it not being there.
Right. That's right. And I am part of the last ones who do remember it not being there.
Yeah, that's right.
And boy, did it make a huge impact on the island. And it was just right timing, Mila, because I was getting my permit and getting my license. So you helped me many a time get gas and snacks and all the things.
We had a girl that worked for us. She lived in Marshallburg, and she didn't have a way to work. So I would go get her and take her home at closing.
Wow.
That's how we are. Somebody that wants to work, they don't have a ride, we go get them. So it's just like a family to me.
Yeah, and you feel that. And there's something about, and I know people visiting have to feel this too, seeing those same faces, that familiarity.
Oh, yes, they like that.
Yeah, but that also speaks volumes for the environment too.
Yeah.
Or they wouldn't still be there.
That's true.
Well, you've taken me down memory lane, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm getting older. I'm 65.
Oh, well, I'm 53. Can you believe that? How in the world are we those numbers?
I don't know. It went too fast.
Yeah, it has. Well, I look forward to celebrating with you next August.
Yes.
That's exciting. I had to make sure Darcy comes with us.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We have to make sure we put, which Peyton and my daughter and her boyfriend Ben Lasky and my daughter-in-law Leslie, they've been working hard, helping me now that I'm getting older. And they're handling a lot of the Facebook and our online sales now we're getting ready to start.
Oh, really?
And our online ordering.
Oh, all right.
Like in the restaurant.
Really? Tell us, when is that scheduled?
The online ordering, we're going to test it Tuesday.
Like this Tuesday?
Like in the restaurant.
Wow, okay.
So maybe, I'm hoping before Labor Day. So maybe the next week, maybe the next Monday, that should be in. We're right now getting all of our online sales or ordering as far as in the gift shop. Our cookbooks and our boats and
that's exciting.
So we're starting that. So they're helping me because they saw me struggling. I just don't have enough time to get it all done.
Well, one person can't do everything.
No, my goodness.
No.
So they've stepped in and helped me out a lot. So we'll be having, I think everybody's going to like the online ordering.
That's awesome. That really is. That's a big deal. So when this comes out, that probably will be off the ground. So that's but if not everybody will know about it. So that's a great thing. Yeah. So ordering in the restaurant and the gift shop, all of that's going to be online.
Yep.
Mila, that's awesome.
I know. We're branching out. We got to get all this technology.
I know. That's awesome. Wow.
So we've been wanting to do it, but we just don't have time. Me and Barry just can't do it all.
Yeah, no, you can't. We've said that to you for almost 40 years.
You can't do it all. And like Miss Emma used to tell me, she'll say, slow down. I said, I can't slow down. She said, you will. And, of course, I see what she meant.
Yeah, Miss Emma, Miss Judy.
Miss Emma and them worked out there, yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Lucinda.
Yeah. Lucinda, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vanessa.
Honey, we could keep right on and on.
Oh, makes me sorry and happy
all
at the same time.
It does me too.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us and for taking me down memory lane. And I'm sure a lot of people listening have their memories of their own from Seaside.
Oh, yes.
Because it is a staple, and we appreciate that.
And I thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. I love you just a little bit.
I love you.
Thank you again for joining us to The Landing. This podcast is brought to you by the Core Sound Waterfowl Museum and Heritage Center. I am your host, Stacy Davis Baisden, and today's podcast was produced by April Davidson.
Tune in next week as we continue learning, sharing, and remembering together. If you'd like to hear more, check out our previous episodes where you get your podcasts. Until then, stay safe and be kind.